you can't argue the fact that Bitcoin has been thrown into the FTX disaster. People are lumping it all into one conversation. Let's talk about the damage done to Bitcoin.
No damage.
No damage.
No, the network has never been healthier. The network has never been stronger. Bitcoin, first and foremost, is a network. Network stability over price stability. And Bitcoin was something that was discovered in 2008. It was dropped onto the web in 2009. It has extremely interesting properties. One of those properties is that when prices are down, it attracts a lot of critics and it attracts a lot of attacks, which could then fuel the conviction of the people who are actually investing in the network. When you're talking about investments, you have to get a couple of things right. Number one, without doubt, the thing you need to get right more than anything else is the direction. Okay? The direction for Bitcoin for 13 years has been up. And it'll be up for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So that's number one, that's solved. The direction is up.
Welcome back to Cryptic Crypto. Today we're looking at an interview with Max Keiser and Daniela Cambone. For those of you who don't know, Max Keiser is a well-known figure in the world of finance and economics. He's a financial commentator, television host, and entrepreneur with a reputation for his strong opinions and unorthodox views on money and markets. He is best known as the host of the popular financial news and analyst program, Keiser Report, where he provides an in-depth coverage of global financial issues and shares his unique perspective on the latest economic developments. The program has been on the air for over a decade and has built a large following of dedicated viewers who appreciate Keiser's no-nonsense approach to discussing the economy, as you'll see in this interview. In addition to his work on the Keiser Report, Keiser is also the creator of the Heisenberg Cryptocurrency Trading Fund, where he actively manages a portfolio of digital assets. As one of the early adopters of cryptocurrencies, Keiser has been a vocal proponent of alternative currencies such as Bitcoin and has been a key figure in the growing crypto community. He's widely respected as an authority on the subject and has written extensively on the topic, highlighting the potential of blockchain technology and the implications of the growing use of digital currencies. Throughout his career, Keiser has been a vocal critic of traditional banking systems and government monetary policies. He believes that the current financial system is rigged against the average person, and that a fundamental shift in how we think about money and markets is necessary to create a more equitable and sustainable economy. Keiser's ideas and perspective on financial and economics have made him a thought-provoking figure in the industry, and he continues to be an influential voice in this field. Now, in this interview, he discusses many of these thoughts and his view on the current state of Bitcoin. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around for the rest of the video. In addition, if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that notification bell to get all the latest updates. Enjoy.
But when I say people are worried, right, investors, right, who are looking at the crypto space as a whole and calling me and saying, I don't know what's going to happen to Bitcoin now. There's a huge question mark surrounding the fate of Bitcoin. Why should I believe that Bitcoin is still going to be around? Why is this technology going to beat everything else? Why can't something come out better than Bitcoin? And I have to say, the experts I've had on recently, I don't feel there's been anyone who's been able to properly answer that question yet. So can you answer it today?
Right. Well, I don't know anyone who's worried about it. The Bitcoin maximalists have been telling you that all these other coins are scams for years. So if you lost money with the scammers, shame on you because you got greedy. So nothing I can do about that.
No, people lost money with Bitcoin. It's down 60% this year.
It's been down before, but the network keeps rolling over and keeps ticking, and investment into the network is at an all-time high, Daniela. You're not listening. Investment in the network is at an all-time high. Okay, don't look at the price. The price will take care of itself. Anyone who's held Bitcoin for 4 years is in the black.
At the end of the day, people want to see numbers, and they're saying, when will this be reflected in the price? Because they're just looking at these forecasts now, saying, these ambassadors have come out. These ambassadors have come out with these huge forecasts, and they just keep moving the goalpost, just like Draper. He's been calling for 220,000, 250,000. Now he's moving the goalpost a few months down the line.
Look at the network. Sorry, I have to keep repeating myself, but the investment in the network has never been stronger, and price takes care of itself. It's like berating Warren Buffett, like, when is my Apple stock going to hit new all-time highs, Warren? He'll be like, well, you know, it's the fundamentals are great, and we're buying more. And by the way, I'm the most successful investor in history. This is the time to buy Bitcoin because it's vastly superior. It's the best money ever known to human. It's the hardest money ever known to humans. The network's never been stronger. The use case has never been stronger. The reveal that all these scam coins are junk, as I've been saying for years, is now stronger. And so everything is completely as it should be. I mean, the people who can't see the difference between Bitcoin and the scam coins like Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, etc., they need to do their homework. I mean, there's nothing gonna, it's not like you're a bank on Wall Street where every time you make a mistake, you get a bailout. Daniela, we as individuals don't have that. We have to work and do research and live a real life. You know, we don't get the bailouts that the BlackRocks do and the JP Morgans do. So you have to do your research. You know, you haven't done your work. Do your homework, and your worries will be addressed. It's aesthetically, it's beautiful. So when, for example, the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, says essentially that Bitcoin is based on beauty, he understands it. He understands that it attracts, crucially, it attracts all the energy that's going into various monetary systems purely because it's aesthetically quite beautiful. And it's like the Mona Lisa or the Sistine Chapel of Money. You know, the Mona Lisa is still the most viewed artwork in the world. It attracts 20 to 30,000 visitors a day at the Louvre because it's aesthetically, it's gorgeous. It's aesthetically beautiful. Bitcoin, similarly, is an aesthetically gorgeous piece of technology that makes all other forms of money look ugly. And we know that two things. Number one, people are throwing money at it to make it more secure. It's never had more investment than it does now. And it also is attracting more energy. So these other systems, the other altcoins or even fiat money, will perish due to lack of energy because they're not attracting the energy because they don't have the aesthetic that Bitcoin does. And you know, we can have this discussion all day long, but the fact of the matter is that the amount of investment going into the network is hitting new all-time highs. Everyone who's putting money into the network has the conviction and the belief that fiat money is doomed. They understand that no fiat money has ever survived. They've all gone to zero over 300 years. They know that all the scam coins are scams. They're all going to be classified as securities. Again, here in El Salvador, the president made these new security laws that differentiate clearly between Bitcoin and everything else. Everything else is a security per this new law. Okay, so if you're an American and you're confused because your government and your regulators are not providing you with enough education, leave America. Move to El Salvador.
When you say record
people are
amount
free
of money
here. People
are going into the
economy
network.
is growing here. The president is working for the population. If you're living in a country like in America where the political class and the elite and the media are openly attacking you and undermining you and trying to disenfranchise you, bankrupt you, and unemploy you, leave. Get out.
So you sold your house in the States, you're gone, you're out.
I have several houses all over the world, Daniela, but I live here and I do my work here and I live here and I identify as a Salvadoran.
I want to talk about the outlook. You know, this is obviously part of our outlook series. Max, you're kicking it off for us here. And the damage, and I know that they should be held in two different lanes, but you know, you can't argue the fact that Bitcoin has been thrown into the FTX disaster. People are lumping it in all into one conversation. Let's talk about the damage done to Bitcoin.
No damage.
No damage.
No, the network has never been healthier. The network has never been stronger. Bitcoin, first and foremost, is a network. Network stability over price stability. And Bitcoin was something that was discovered in 2008. It was dropped onto the web in 2009. It has extremely interesting properties. One of those properties is that when prices are down, it attracts a lot of critics and it attracts a lot of attacks, which could then fuel the conviction of the people who are actually investing in the network. Investments in the Bitcoin network have never been higher. That means the security has never been higher, and price will take care of itself. So like Tim, the VC
Draper.
Tim Draper, he reiterated his $250,000 call for Bitcoin in 2023. I concur with that entirely. Don't worry, the price will take care of itself. What we want to make sure is that the network is stable, and this Sam Bankman-Fried scandal never touched the network. The network is still TikTok next block. There's no problem. And the amount of money being poured into the network, that is into the hash rate, into the mining, into the security, has never been higher. It's running at 240 quintillion hashes per second, or calculations per second, which is an all-time high, close to an all-time high. And I think that Bitcoin is a wily beast, and sometimes I think it just likes to drop in value to pull out the scammers, to pull out the Mashinskis and the Kevin O'Learys and the Mike Novogratz. The scammers out there, they get exposed and then they get wiped out, and then they won't have any money to buy Bitcoin. When you're talking about investments, you have to get a couple of things right. Number one, without doubt, the thing you need to get right more than anything else is the direction. Okay? The direction for Bitcoin for 13 years has been up, and it'll be up for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So that's number one, that's solved. The direction is up.